my experience, it's very difficult to be successful in a physical endeavor if you are not pursuing some sort of objective. Said, like, I want to go deep down the rabbit hole of living longer, what do I need to do? It's like a super well-crafted exercise program that is geared towards strength, muscle mass, and cardiorespiratory fitness.
What's up, everyone? I'm Patrick, licensed nutritionist, health coach, and skateboarder. And that was Dr. Peter Attia. He has an interesting framework of explaining how to maintain a high quality of life as we age. He says that rather than forecasting, we should backcast, or think about where you want to be and then work backwards. For example, what do you want to be able to physically do in your 70s? I have a goal of still being able to skateboard. And if I really wanted to plan that out, I could reverse engineer the process. Instead of saying, I want to be like this when I am 70, I could imagine I am 70 and still riding my skateboard, keeping in mind that there will be an inevitable decline in strength, VO2 max, and general performance or ability to perform as we get older. It does make me think, what do I need to be physically capable of in my 60s, 50s, 40s, and ultimately right now to allow this to happen? This can be a powerful thought experiment. It helps us realize that much of the time, our goals, especially physical ones, can be much more thought out, more specific, rather than just saying, I'm going to try to be more healthy. To start with, a key aspect of remaining physically capable as we age is our ability to maintain strength and muscle mass. And our protein intake is also vital here. But before we get into that, let's jump into a warm-up session. So let's talk about resistance training, which is now recognized as essential to help optimize our health in our younger years, but also as we age, and even help us live longer. It would be tough to argue that skateboarders wouldn't benefit from resistance training at least 1 to 2 times per week. If this is all new to you and you're thinking about getting started with the program, here are some recommendations from the American College of Sports Medicine. Keep in mind that training programs should be highly individualized and always start low and slow. As a good rule of thumb, if you're too sore to work out or skate, then you should scale it back, let your body heal, and always err on the side of caution. We want to avoid injuries, especially during training. Okay, so let's jump back into the session. So when we talk about protein, it's important to understand that we're not just trying to get enough. We want to get quality protein. We're actually going for specific amino acids within protein that our bodies don't produce and that we have to get from our diet. When it comes to building and maintaining muscle, the amino acid leucine tends to be where we really want to focus our attention. The most efficient sources of leucine are animal foods like fish, chicken, eggs, beef, and pork. And it is also found in plant sources such as chickpeas, tofu, soybeans, and lentils. Now, there is a common misconception out there that we only need a small amount of protein per day. A lot of times the number that's cited is 0.8 grams per kilogram. But what's important to understand about this number is that that's the minimum requirement to help prevent protein calorie malnutrition, rather than the amount that's going to allow us to thrive and build and maintain muscle, especially as we age. Most of us, especially if you're someone who's skating and you're training some days of the week, are going to benefit from getting closer to 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram per day. Another way to think about this is trying to get at least 100 grams of protein per day. And yet another way is to try to make sure you're getting at least 30 grams of protein per meal. And if you want to take this even a step further, you can take all of your meals for about a 2-week period and log them all into something like Chronometer or another free app or service that breaks down all of your meals and tracks them for you. After all, at the end of the day, what gets measured gets managed. Do me a favor, and if you learned anything useful today, go ahead and like this video and definitely subscribe to my channel. And that's it for now. We'll be seeing you soon.